Alright, hello, citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel once again, and this is going to be another wrestling review. So, admittedly, we are continuing, of course, our look at the Monday Night Wars and doing our analysis of the Monday Night Wars, and of course, we have matches to tie into those. Admittedly, finding one for 1997 was kind of hard, right? And you may be thinking, Nigel, well, there's a lot of matches you can think of to tie into what you're talking about when it comes to 1997. A lot of big matches happened across both WWE and WCW across 1997. What do you mean you couldn't find a match? And to that I say, yes. And I reviewed them all. Almost all the picks if you were in my shoes, I think almost all the picks you can think of to show what was going on in either WWE or WCW in 1997, I have already done. And I've already done Hogan versus Sting at Starrcade 97. I've already done on the Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood. I've already done Bret Hart versus Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13. And I've even done Hogan versus Piper. That's one of the downsides of enjoying doing wrestling reviews so much as I definitely do, and really all my reviews, but especially wrestling reviews because I love wrestling. The downside is that eventually you run out of stuff to review. But thankfully, I did have one more option, and in my list. So I actually have a list of matches that I want to review, and this one I want to review at some point for its historical footnote. So one of the biggest entities he's within the Attitude Era that a lot of people think of when they think of Attitude Era. One of the biggest factions I think you think of is usually either the NWO or D-Generation and for a while it was Triple H and Shawn Michaels that were D-Generation X, and China, of course. But how did they come together? Let's take a look. I'm talking about the Raw the August 18th, 1997 episode of Raw, as Shawn Michaels and Triple H in the main event teamed up to take on the Undertaker and Mankind. And yes, this is the first time that Shawn Michaels and Triple H ever teamed up. So at least on TV. So how will these two partners coexist? How will D-Generation X form? We'll find out. But as always, I'm not professional wrestling reviewer or anything like that. It's just a man who enjoys a good time, and I definitely had an okay time. With this match. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. But kind of the background, this is around when Shawn Michaels and Triple H were beginning to form a bit of an alliance, and we see the formations of D-Generation X. Meanwhile, Undertaker and Mankind were rivals, but kind of had common enemies in Shawn Michaels and Hunter Hearst Helmsley. He wasn't quite Triple H just yet, but Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Undertaker and Mankind decided to team up as well. So what happened when Shawn Michaels and Triple H team up for the first time, and I might alternate between Triple H and Hunter Hearst Helmsley, but what happens when they team up? Let's find out. Starting with what I liked about the match. The thing is, like most matches, it's more the historical significance. And this one, we see Shawn Michaels and Triple H pulling some of their antics and working relatively well together, and Undertaker and Mankind doing their thing as well. And it continues the feud between Shawn Michaels and the Undertaker at the end, and as Shawn gets his team DQ'd by nailing the Undertaker with a chair. So, of course, Shawn Michaels and Undertaker had been feuding throughout the year, and including Shawn Michaels also using a chair to accidentally cost The Undertaker at SummerSlam 1996. Not SummerSlam 96, SummerSlam 1997, that is. To be fair, he was aiming for Bret Hart, but kind of began that feud there, and this feud having some cool moments, including the aforementioned Hell in a Cell match and the time that Shawn Michaels dressed up as the Undertaker before revealing it was him, and as he danced and took the Undertaker's robe off and stuff. Yeah, so kind of bridging the gap when it comes to those storylines, and kind of meeting in the middle when it comes to that. Otherwise, and I guess this is kind of what I disliked, is nothing much more than that. The match wasn't bad. It was just kind of it was okay. It was okay for the most part. Nothing super spectacular. Not the greatest match of all time. I'm not the greatest Raw match of all time either. But it did what it needed to do. We see Shawn Michaels and Triple H finally teaming up for the first time, and it furthers the storyline between Shawn Michaels and the Undertaker, as Shawn Michaels dinks the Undertaker, and the Undertaker is busted open. So, kind of a means to an end in a match, but the historical significance is mainly why you're here. But nevertheless, that's going to do it for this review. Kind of a short one, I know, but normally like the TV type matches, like the matches that happen on TV, like Raw or SmackDown, etc., usually do tend to be shorter, or especially because the stakes aren't quite as big. But yeah. So I'm glad I was able to review this match, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. Did you like the match? Did you like my review of the match? Let me know. Thank you all so much for watching. And if there was any other match I could have reviewed from 1997, please let me know, because I'm sure there's probably one I missed. But in terms of what I had on my list, and in terms of what I can think of, this was one of the only things that came to mind. But nevertheless, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Peace.